Now, the third sign you're not compatible with someone is that your differences bring conflict and not balance. So going back to the example I gave earlier of the man who doesn't like going out and the woman who loves going out. There are some people, like I said, where they may see a balance in that. She may see an advantage or a good thing in the fact that he helps her learn how to just relax and be home. He sees it as, okay, but she gets me out the house, and they love the balance. They're able to come together. And the ingredient that will allow that to not clash is connection, which is why I believe connection is the bigger, it's where the focus should be on, not simply compatibility. Connection is where it's at, because that's what really allows for people to work together and see the beauty in their differences. But when those differences are clashing and causing problems, and again, it can vary in so many different ways. The example I gave, how we want to raise our family if we were to have one. Hell, what we even want in life. Do we even want the same things? I mean, shoot, if this man, and to be fair, let's say if this woman doesn't want marriage and this man does, because I know it's typically said as the man is the one who doesn't want it. Sometimes it's the woman who may be saying she doesn't want marriage. Either way, this is going to cause a clash at some point. This is not a difference that can be reconciled, all right? What's happening in many situations is that someone in there is convincing themselves that the other person will come around to their way of thinking, all right? But not accepting that, no, if we're not on the same page now, we should not move forward thinking that it'll change later. No, it needs to change before we move forward. But again, keeping your eye on, are we clashing or are we finding harmony in it? Do the differences annoy you? So for another example that's popping in my head, let's just say, and this may sound like something really simple and stupid, but it happens, okay? Let's just say the type of music they listen to gets on your damn nerves, all right? You don't like it. And again, some may say, okay, big deal. No, or no big deal. You just, when they're listening to it, they can put their headphones on. True. But I've seen situations where the type of music they enjoy makes you look at them a different way. It creates a different perception of them and a different energy in the relationship, because it's not even just, I don't like that music. It's, how could you listen to that? What's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? Like it might even disgust you depending on what it is. This is a conflict. This is not something that can be resolved. And again, it may start off as something what may be perceived as small, but then it now carries over into other aspects of the relationship and creates more division. Because if now, let's just say, again, it may sound extreme, but it disgusts you the type of music that they listen to. Now you start looking at them funny because they do this and they do that. You're quicker to scrutinize the different things because it started with that one thing that turned you off, so to speak. All right. So again, when the differences create conflict and we're not able to find a balance in them, that is a huge sign of incompatibility. All right. So moving along to number 4, and this is actually one of those differences that can create a huge conflict. You just don't get each other. Or maybe we can say you just don't understand each other. Now, some people, I remember hearing a quote, and I might be saying it wrong, so I guess I'm paraphrasing it. In regards to women, they say women are not to be understood, they're just to be loved. All right? And though it sounds sweet and nice, my counter argument is, but if you don't understand her, how do you love her properly? All right? Your gestures are kind of empty if you're just doing them robotically without an understanding of how this pours into her, how this connects to her or speaks to her heart. All right? And vice versa. Same way with the man. And we have to realize that understanding or getting our partner doesn't mean we see it how they see it. All right? It doesn't even mean that we necessarily always agree with it. But it does mean I understand why I can understand why someone chooses to do something even though I wouldn't do it. But I get why they made that choice. You see what I'm saying? And a lot of times understanding someone is really about allowing ourselves to be more empathetic, be more compassionate, be more patient, be willing to put ourselves in their shoes and allow ourselves to see things from different perspectives. Now, again, this is something that I believe can happen or tends to happen when we have a connection. We are much more willing to gain an understanding of their position on things because that connection, that love, that draw to them makes us want to even understand. When we don't have that, we're more self-absorbed. We're more about, well, if I don't see it this way, then it's wrong. If it doesn't make sense to me, then it's stupid. You know what I'm saying? And now we find ourselves, whether we realize it or not, dismissing and devaluing our partner. And that's the thing. When there is a lack of understanding, there's a very high chance of devaluing, dismissing, and not being able to sustain the behaviors and the things that they need from us in the relationship. Because if it doesn't make any sense to us to the point where we just don't get it, then we're going to be less motivated to keep it up or just less willing to. So it's important that if we are going to identify a level of compatibility here or an ability to move forward in a healthy, successful relationship, we've got to come to an understanding of each other and embracing of each other's needs, desires, perceptions, so that we can live in harmony with each other, being in alignment with each other, and experience an amazing relationship with each other. Hey, thank you for watching this video. Be sure to check this one out right here, and I'll see you there. I pray you receive the person who is truly best for you. I want you to get all the blessings God has waiting for you. And so my hope when I do these videos is to make sure that you are not just prepared